I have no time for games.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is the gaming fanboy here. So, the nerfs are out, the nerfs are out, the nerfs are out. So, I'm going to kind of go across the nerfs that happened and what this really means for the game. And while the nerfs were good, I have a real issue now with Blizzard because I really think they missed the mark like I absolutely knew they would. And it is sad because I think that this next month of Hearthstone with these nerfs is going to be the worst state that the game has ever been in a long period of time. And in order to explain that, I will go ahead and explain the 4 nerfs and why I think that the game is going to be extremely polarizing from here on out. So for first up, nerf number 1, we have Bone Mare. Bone Mare has been increased to an 8 mana card. 7 to 8 is a huge deal. It's competing with a lot of good cards, Lich King, Tyrion, things like that. And now, 5 to 7 is normally the mid-range mana cost. When you put something at 8, you're calling it a late-game card, right? Bone Mare at 8 hurts. It's not playable in Tempo Rogue at all. To the reasons that Tempo Rogue is a deck that it tries to win on tempo, and by turn 8, it's kind of starting to lose steam, which is why you see Tempo Rogues, their 8 drop is probably 1 on most of the time, which is going to be the Lich King, which he drops it. It's going to really hurt the Spiteful Summoner Priest builds. It's really going to hurt those other weird, funky Priest builds that have been coming out lately. Those Temple Priest builds. It's going to hurt, right? And then classes just fit Bone Mare. Now, did Bone Mare need to get nerfed? I think so. I think this is maybe not the way I would have done it. I would have maybe just not given the minion taunt anymore. Just still left it as a mid-game mana push card. Or maybe give it a +3/+3 buff instead of a +4/+4. That kind of fits its cost. Or even a +2/+2 buff instead of +4/+4. Making it 8 mana just makes it pretty much borderline unplayable, right? Because you're fighting, and not only that, putting Bone Mare in the 8 slot also indirectly hurts shamans. Shamans, you might say. Yes, it indirectly hurts shamans because the thing about shamans class that was decent at the moment was the fact that on turn 8, if you had a 7-cost minion, you can go ahead and boom, buff it to 8, and the 8 pool was really good. Now, the 8 pool is not that good anymore. So now, Corridor Creeper, you might Corridor Creeper into a Bone Mare. Which is like, okay, whatever. So that gets us on to the next card that is gotten nerfed, is Corridor Creeper. So we've seen this coming. The data shows it. Corridor Creeper is crazy. It's in almost every deck at all times. It's absolutely disgusting. The problem with Corridor Creeper is it's such a massive tempo swing. A 0 mana 5/5, especially 2 0 mana 5/5s, can just end the game. Just boom, on point. Game is pretty much done. You know, I've seen double Corridor Creeper beat double Prince Keleseth on turn 2. You know, if you double Prince Keleseth and then your opponent manages to drop 2 Corridor Creepers the next turn, there's no tempo advantage that can come back from that 10-10. By the time you try to come back, you're dead. So, what they did to Corridor Creeper is now instead of a 5/5, it is now a 2/5. Meaning it cannot trade. It's basically a useless card. That really means the card is it's just not good anymore, right? Because, you know, when you do that tempo swing, even if you get it at 0 mana, right? Let's say you drop a 0 mana 2/5 on the board. In a world where Bone Mare was still 7, that would be good. This world, Bone Mare is not 7 anymore. He's 8, so that's bad. And then, you know, it's not impactful anymore, right? Not many classes can utilize. Now, what I will say is it still can be a decent card for druids that use a lot of beast buffs or a Hunter deck that just needs to tempo things out just to keep hero powering anyway. For Hunter, it's not going to be that bad. However, for what I'm going to talk about at the end of the video, it's going to be unplayable for a while. Number 3, we have Patches the Pirate. This card, man, these guys waited so long to nerf this card. It's almost rotated out. Are you serious, Blizzard? Really? It's almost rotated out. And this is when you nerf it? I mean, granted, it needed to get nerfed, but whatever. So Patches now says, it's the exact same text, everything's the same, however, it doesn't lose charge. The beauty about Patches was, it was for free. Now, I made a video about this when I first started YouTube. I got a lot of hate. I made the video the second Patches got released, because I said this card is ridiculous. It's a 1-mana, 1/1 with charge. That is disgusting. This nerf makes Patches completely unplayable. Why, may you ask? Because you might go, hey, it's still a 1/1 body. You still put it out of your deck. It's still, a free mana 1/1 on turn 1. No. Because what this does is, first of all, when you a lot of times you would tempo out Patches to kill a minion, which is fun, especially with Kelset Prince Kelset. You drop South Sea Deckhand, Patches comes out as a 3/3, you immediately swing and you gain tempo advantage. Can't do that anymore. But that's not the worst part about the Patches nerf. That pales in comparison to the real issue of this nerf. The real issue of this nerf is drawing Patches. Because you thought drawing Patches was bad before. Imagine drawing him and you can't even do anything with him. He's not even legendary anymore. When you draw this card, it is a 1-mana 1/1 Galaka Crawler target. This is a card that's going to drop on the floor and it is going to do nothing for you. It is not going to help you. It is not even... rogues might really use it for a combo generator, but why use that when you can use South Sea Deckhand? This card is dead. It is dead. It is useless. Because you need that potential to trade. Now it's just literally... it's just a baby tempo swing at this point, right? The best it's good for is a 3-mana South Sea Deckhand Brain was a 3-mana 5/5 that if your opponent deals with South Sea Deckhand, they can just ping it off. And it's useless, right? So Patches has been nerfed. And now the final nerf on the board, Raza. Oh, thank you. This nerf, now I thought of a different way of nerfing Raza. Raza now... the new change is Raza now makes your hero power cost 1. Thank you. This card was so problematic for so... Let's explain something about Raza, first of all, right? Problem 1 with Raza is when you dropped him on turn 5 and you free heal... It was disgusting. Getting Raza on turn 5 was 1,000 times worse than getting Anduin on turn 8. When you got Raza on turn 5, it is just an uphill battle. You're battling with a mountain at that point because he has a free heal every turn. That it just gives him so much time to find Anduin. Anduin on 8, whatever. He gets Anduin on 8, it doesn't matter, right? Even if Anduin was a 5-mana card, it would be kind of crazy, but it still wouldn't be as bad as Raza on 5. Because Raza on 5 really just helped you push out to get Anduin. And now that the hero power is only at 1, it means that Anduin's power is at 1, which means you can no longer ping Velen, because that's ping Velen is 8, right? Then you can't just ping again for free anymore. You would have to drop the little the 2/3 radiant whatever elemental. You drop, or whatever his name is, you drop the 2/3, and then you could mind blast him. You can't ping in between anymore. You can't do that anymore. So the 32 damage combo is gone. It's gone. This deck is pretty much... it's pretty much dead. I mean, the beauty about the Razakus Anduin combination was its ability to kill you. And now it's not even a thing anymore. Because now it already had a bad matchup versus Druids before, which is something that did not get addressed. Because I'm not going to say Druids are broken right now, but their armor gain is ridiculous, right? Getting through a Druid's armor is impossible. You just can't handle it. But I will attest to the fact that the only reason why Druid is absolutely bonkers right now is because of Jade Idol. Because Druids are allowed to run tons of armor gain, and they have this infinite resource of minions, pool of minions they can go to that just resets itself while they basically build a wall. Right? They don't have a penalty for building that wall. They just sit down and they go behind, they armor. And now, Razakus Priests don't even think about it. Don't even think about beating a Druid anymore. It's not even an option, right? Especially with a deck with all that, with all you have is card draw, not many minions, and just your 2-point combo. Unwinnable. Cannot win. Unwinnable. So, this puts Druids on a high tier. Now, those are the changes. Here are the problems with the changes that I have. Blizzard did not address the Druids having massive armor gain and an infinite resource. And the problem is a Spreading Plague was nerfed because it was too effective against aggro. You just nerfed the most effective aggro tools in the meta. What do you think's going to happen? Druids are going to dominate. They're going to it's going to be one-sided. Because Patches is gone for early game pressure, Corridor Creeper's been nerfed, Bone Mare's been nerfed. Druids are going to be crazy. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is Warlocks. Blizzard did not address Warlocks. This is a problem. Blizzard did not touch Warlocks. Why? Void Lord on turn 5 is now an end game play. It was already an end game play before. It is definitely an end game play now. The problem before was Razakus Priest was too out of control for Warlocks. Warlocks couldn't keep up because walls don't stop pings to faces. Warlocks have massive amounts of healing. They cannot be OTK'd by a priest anymore. They're going to be running in abundance. They don't even need to go cube lock anymore. That's the scary part. Now that the game has been put into a situation where the point of cube lock was to be able to play this defensive deck with this offensive option that can OTK a class. The only class they needed to OTK was a priest. That was the problem. The problem before was a priest would just put them out of their misery by just destroying their face. That doesn't exist anymore. There's nobody to keep this class in check. No one. No one keeps this class in check anymore. And the fact that Blizzard did not address this is disgusting. Because now they can just do double Void Lord. They can drop the Doom Guards. Wait till people start realizing they don't need Doom Guards. Because what do they need Doom Guards for? What are they trying to beat? Right? What class are they trying to defeat anymore? Quarter Creeper's nerfed. Patches is gone. Bone Mare is gone. Those are all the highest aggro tools. Gone, 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 gone. What's going to happen now, right? Now it's going to be a situation where, all you're going to see is tons of Warlocks running massive control decks, and they're going to be unkillable. It's going to be an unbeatable class. Damn near. The representation of Warlocks is going to skyrocket through the roof. The game is going to become almost unplayable. Like, Blizzard's going to end up having to do an emergency nerf on Warlocks next month. I promise you. Once these changes go into effect and they see how polarizing Warlocks are and how crazy it is to summon Void Lords on turn 5, this patch is gonna be insane. This is gonna be disgusting. You know, this is going to be. I mean, the only benefits about this situation right now is the fact that now that we know Warlocks are going to be completely dominating the ladder, everybody and their mama is probably going to get rid of their bone mares for silences, for Spellbreakers, because we're going to need them. Get your Spellbreakers ready, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. And Blizzard, I hope after this mistake you start listening to your community, because I feel like you just kind of half listen to your community, and you just listen to the half that was the popular half, right? Which was like the streamers complaining about Raza only, and that's all you heard in one ear. But you didn't hear the cries of people saying, you know, Warlock is absolutely crazy right now, and something needs to be touched. Now, I'm not saying I want Voidlords to be nerfed. I don't even want Voidlords to be nerfed. I don't. I want Cabal Lackey out to be nerfed. I don't want their draw gone. I don't want their healing gone. I don't want any of that gone. Their weapon, I don't care. You can counter the weapon. I want Cabal Lackey at 7 or 8. I want him unplayable. I want a Warlock, a control Warlock. I want him to outplay his opponent till he gets to a Void Lord on turn 9, and then play that Void Lord. I don't want to get shut out of a game on turn 5 just because he Void Lord coin Dark Pacted, or turn 6 because he lackey Dark Pacted on 6, and now there's a wall sitting in front of me, and then the wall gets copied, and then the cube copies the wall. Now there's 3 walls. Now I got to deal with 20 Void Lords and 20 Void Daddies and 20 Void Minions all at once. It's disgusting. And when the game, if the game hits stage in a tournament and people watch that, nobody's gonna want to play this. Like, they're gonna look at that like, really? Like, this is the game? You know, it's some guy punching a wall of minions for 10 minutes and he can't get through, and the other person is just laughing behind this wall and he can't die. You know, that's what the game's gonna turn into. So while I commend the nerfs that Blizzard did to change the game, I'm really sad about the fact that Warlocks weren't touched. Now maybe another deck might come out and be able to compete, but as of right now, with these nerfs, I mean, I see a rough couple months in our future, guys. A rough couple months. And that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for listening to my rant. Come check out the stream. Make sure to subscribe. Don't forget. And I'll talk to you guys next time.